far. And this one is picked off and going back the other way. Now it's a foot race, and that is that. Welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles, Andrew Makuba. A pick six the other way on the first play of the second quarter. Get you in the running. Today's Eagles player stats presented by Jefferson Health. Jefferson Health, official hospital of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Dillon Gabriel's patience snapped the moment Shedeur Sanders gave the ball away for the second time, and the cameras caught every bit of his frustration. In a game where turnovers swung momentum and field position, Gabriel's reaction wasn't about one mistake. It was about leadership, accountability, and the cost of wasted drives. When a quarterback loses composure on the sideline, it magnifies the stakes, turning a single bad outing into a storyline that reverberates across the locker room, the fan base, and the national spotlight. Shedeur Sanders' turnovers weren't routine. They were momentum shifters. His 2 giveaways turned into 10 points, flipping win probability by nearly 25%. Since 2018, NFL teams that lose the turnover battle by 2 or more win just 18% of the time. Gabriel knew that, and his anger wasn't just emotional. It was rooted in the math of how costly giveaways are when defenses are this fast and scoring is scarce. For Sanders, it was another reminder that while his arm talent has drawn national attention, ball security remains the defining test. The ripple effect extended beyond the field. Broadcast on Fox to 4.8 million viewers, every camera angle of Gabriel's frustration hit social media within minutes, drawing more attention than the highlight packages themselves. That spotlight cuts both ways. It keeps Sanders in the conversation, but shifts it back to his mistakes. For Gabriel, the image of losing patience becomes part of his leadership narrative too. The business impact was immediate. Sportsbooks reported nearly a 40% swing in live betting handle after Sanders' second turnover, while ticket resale markets dipped from $185 to $132 on average for his next game. In today's NFL, an interception doesn't just hit the scoreboard, it hits wallets. Teams track those numbers closely because they show how fragile hype can be. For coaches, turnovers reshape strategy. Sanders entered the game with a 92.1 passer rating, but just 48% completions under pressure, well below league average. Opponents blitzed him on 34% of dropbacks, up from 26% league-wide. Gabriel's frustration reflected recognition that turnovers don't just cost points. They invite more blitzes, stall rhythm, and overtax the defense. The headline wasn't just 2 turnovers. It was how they exposed cracks in offense, leadership, and fan perception. Gabriel's reaction underscored the stakes. In the NFL, every possession is currency, and Sanders' giveaways came with visible costs. The timing makes it worse. The team sits around .500, fighting for playoff positioning. Sanders already has 8 turnovers through 7 games, tied for 5th most among starters. His passer rating without turnovers is 98.4, but drops to 72.6 with them. The defense, already on the field 33 minutes per game for more than average, is paying the price. Gabriel knows that wasted possessions directly translate to tired teammates and late-game collapses. Gabriel's blow-up wasn't just emotion, it was urgency. The offensive line ranks bottom, 10 in adjusted sack rate, allowing pressure on 34% of dropbacks. Sanders has absorbed 22 sacks in 7 games, second most in the league, killing drives and risking injury. Gabriel's frustration came from seeing those habits compound. Fans felt it too. Season ticket sales rose 12% in the offseason with Sanders' hype, but resale prices fell nearly $50 per seat after this game. Broadcast peak viewership dropped by 500,000 after his second turnover. Excitement is fragile, and consistency drives demand. The gambling world reflected the same. DraftKings saw a 65% in-game swing toward the opponent after Sanders' turnovers, with prop confidence collapsing. For sportsbooks and bettors, quarterback play is now a business event, not just a stat line. Coaches know this can't fester. The defense ranks 21st in efficiency and can't afford repeated giveaways. Sanders has shown flashes, 3 300-yard games, 66% completions in clean pockets, but inconsistency defines him. Gabriel's eruption reflects veterans losing patience when talent keeps colliding with mistakes. History offers parallels. Josh Allen threw 20 turnovers in his first year, and Buffalo endured because of his ceiling. Trevor Lawrence's rookie struggles gave way to playoff runs. Sanders' situation poses the same question. Are these growing pains worth enduring? Gabriel's reaction amplifies the urgency because teammates demand accountability now. Veteran contrasts show the difference. Tom Brady rarely let frustration spill publicly. Peyton Manning's 28 interception rookie year didn't fracture his locker room. But the social media era magnifies every sideline reaction. Gabriel's clip instantly shaped narrative in ways Brady and Manning never faced. The numbers are unforgiving. Since 2000, teams starting a QB with multiple turnovers in back-to-back games see playoff odds drop by 22%. Sanders' team already sits at just 38% playoff probability. The cautionary tale is quarterbacks like Winston or Sanchez, whose careers were defined not by talent, but by persistent turnovers. Fans react accordingly. Daniel Jones' rookie turnovers tanked ticket markets by 45%, while Justin Herbert's steadiness boosted resale 18%. Sanders sits in the middle. Talent keeps fans buying in, but mistakes plant doubt. Gabriel's outburst magnifies that doubt. Broadcast dynamics mirror this. Struggling, polarizing QBs often draw bigger audiences. Jameis Winston's 30-pick season boosted Bucs viewership by 12%. Sanders guarantees eyeballs, but Gabriel's reaction fuels speculation of a QB controversy, a storyline that drives ratings but risks fracturing locker rooms. Merchandise tells the same story. Sanders' jersey was top 5 in preseason sales, but viral sideline drama historically drives 18 to 25% declines within weeks. Baker Mayfield's sales collapse after public clashes is a cautionary precedent. Sponsors and networks are watching. The Fox broadcast peaked 27% above last year's slot, but ESPN highlight reels focused more on Gabriel's anger than Sanders' throws. Sanders' brand risks being recast from rising star to turnover-prone risk. That tension makes sponsors nervous. Ticket demand reflects that fragility. Before the game, resale for Sanders' next matchup averaged $212. Within 24 hours, it dropped to $144. Fans buy hype, but Gabriel's reaction gave them reason to doubt. The gambling handle echoes it. Over $12 million was bet on Sanders' props, but overs collapsed by 44% in the 48 hours after the turnovers. Bettors shifted to unders and even hedged bets on Gabriel. Like Zach Wilson in 2022, one shaky stretch reshaped betting markets. The ripple effects go beyond the white lines. Gabriel's sideline moment is influencing jersey sales, ticket prices, sponsorship confidence, and sportsbooks. In today's NFL, every percentage point matters, and quarterback mistakes reshape business models. Looking forward, the coaching staff faces a pivotal choice. If Sanders studies, Gabriel's outburst is remembered as accountability. If not, coaches must decide whether to protect Sanders' growth or pivot to Gabriel to stabilize the season. Playoff odds hinge on it. For business, the stakes are clear. Winston's 2019 season shrank his endorsements by 60%. Joe Burrow's steadiness grew his portfolio in a small market. Sanders could go either way depending on how quickly he cleans up mistakes. Coaching will dictate the arc. Shanahan's quick pivot from Lance to Purdy shows how little time quarterbacks get to prove reliability. Sanders has the upside, but Gabriel's steadiness tempts coaches needing wins now. This isn't just one bad game. It's a fork in the road. In the end, Gabriel's outburst wasn't about 2 turnovers. It symbolized the razor-thin line between hype and reality. If Sanders learns and rebounds, this is a footnote. If not, Gabriel's visible frustration becomes the defining snapshot of a season where promise unraveled. So the questions linger. Will Sanders prove turnovers are a blip, or force coaches toward Gabriel's steadiness? And more importantly, can a locker room survive when its quarterback is both its biggest hope and biggest risk?